After the incredible finish at Michigan last week, we head down south to Talladega Superspeedway, where the speeds are high, the intensity is cranked up to 11, and the finishes are as close as we saw last week. This is Talladega, race number 3 for the Turbo Truck Series playoffs, and we're joined today by, for the first time in a Turbo Truck Series event, 5-time 1UP Superstar Series winner Lane Sanders. A home game for him, and so he joins us today for the 38 laps at Talladega. It's great to have you with us, but this is a place where a lot of dreams can come true for anyone in the field, and yet it's also a place where those dreams can be evaporated in a matter of seconds.
Oh, absolutely. Talladega, there's nothing else like it on the schedule, except maybe Daytona. But Talladega, it's wider than Daytona. It's got more banking. You're able to move around more. And the start-finish line, most importantly, is not in the center of the tri-oval. It is down there towards turn 1. So we have seen a lot of people lose races because of that placement, and we see a lot of people lose. You can lose this race at any time. You can lose it on lap 1. You could lose it on the final lap because you don't know when those big wrecks are going to happen. You have to know what you're doing. You have to keep it level head, and most importantly, you have to be a little bit lucky too.
Absolutely, and with a tie at the top of the playoff leaderboard going into this race, I'm sure there's a lot of drivers looking to make some noise and cement themselves in a good points position before we head to the next race in a few weeks. As we can now bring you the starting lineup for today's 38-lap event. Audrey Ansack gets pole position after winning last week at Michigan. You got to keep in mind, though, we have yet to have a repeat winner so far this season. We have had 15 races, 15 different winners. Will that streak continue here today? We've got Justin Whitmer starting second. He could surprise people with his first career win. Kyler Sistri, Samantha Jade, Paul Villalobos, David Wells, they're all looking for their first career win. They start in positions 3 through 5. But you got to keep an eye on the two guys at the top of the championship hunt, because while Brandon Smith is in a decent position, he entered today tied for the points lead. He starts 7th. DJ Kurtis is on the hot seat. He is starting 29th today, right in the middle of the Hornet's nest. So for these two guys, their focus has got to be gathering as many points as they can, stay up at the front of the field, and maybe you'll have a chance at it.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, we got to note James Ellison is attempting the triple here this weekend. He is starting next to DJ Kurtis in the 28th position. But like you said, DJ has got to get up there and get those bonus points for leading the lap. Of course, he has to worry about Smith. He has to worry about Angel Gutierrez. He has to worry about all these other guys that are ahead of him and also behind him in points, because they could also get bonus points. And there is a risk that he could crash out and get no points at all.
Because you got to remember, one of his few accidents, and I think his only DNF this season, came at Daytona, a track very similar to this. But you got to remember as well, Kurtis finished second in this race last year. He's got a lot to prove. We'll see what he can do from 29th on the grid. But with that being said, we have 42 drivers on the grid ready to take the green flag at Talladega, and we're ready to bring you that action now. This is the 1UP Turbo Truck Series from Talladega Superspeedway, and the green flag is getting set to get this great race underway for us once again. Getting set for something epic here at Talladega. Audrey Ansack and Justin Whitmer on the front row. Who knows how long they'll stay there, because this is Talladega. A lot can happen here, and as the field makes their way to the restart zone, the green flag is out, and they're already fanning out before they've even hit the start-finish line. We are underway at Talladega, and it looks as though Audrey Ansack gets there first, but heading off into turn 1, they're going to be 3 wide for second place as Sistri pushes the 3, tries to clear ahead of the 91.
Oh yeah, Samantha Jade in the 25 immediately ducked out to get around Whitmer, and it just stacked up that outside line. Now you're going to see Audrey Ansack, she's going to move to the top line. And look at them fan out 3, 4 wide down the back straightaway as we head into turn number 3.
And back there you see DJ Kurtis in that brown and black truck. He popped out of line. He's trying to go places in a hurry in the 22. He knows it's best to get your positions early and then try and hang on to them. But look at Braden Varga in the 0, ducking out of line. Now he gets moved up by Francois Chastain. They're moving all over the place to try and get position, but it will be Audrey Ansack, who, just as she led the last lap of Michigan, she leads the first lap here at Talladega.
Oh yeah, now you see it. Now they're 4 wide there. The 92 car, or the 92 truck. The one car looks like Francois. He's going to get the lead. He's going to get pushed through by the 8 truck. That's Santi Messi. Messi's going to duck to the inside now. Now he's got another truck to his inside. And like, see it, Talladega, it's such a revolving door of drivers. The 13 truck, that's Ali Ahmed, started 15th. Is already up here. It only took him a lap to do it.
Yeah, look at
Probably going to lead this lap.
Yeah, look at the Moroccan driver trying to lead for the first time in a 1-up Turbo Truck Series race, but he's going to get moved up the track by the 38 of Linda Vaughn and possibly the 86 of Nate Champion behind. But Chastain's going to get the run through the trioval.
Oh,
and
no.
Chastain leads that lap ahead of the 13. Now Ahmed gets moved up by Nate Champion. And he's getting a push from AF Walsh in the 89. That truck started deep in the field as well. He started 20th, and it's only taken him 2 laps to find the top 5.
Look at this field, though. Look at that 4 wide. Look how many rows deep that is. This is incredible. Of course, like we said, we couldn't do this at Daytona. Talladega's got an extra 2 lanes in this thing.
And look,
they're already showing it. Oh, the 3's in the wall.
Yeah, that's Audrey Anzac, our pole sitter. That's going to stack everyone up behind her, and that is going to cost a lot of people some chance at good position, as it looks like the pack's going to stretch out a little bit as the rest of them get back up to speed. But it looks like they're all going to stay in the lead pack. It's just going to separate a small amount, as look who hit the front of the field that time by. It is DJ Kurtis from 29th on the grid. He leads lap 3.
He had to though, because he needs these bonus points. He needs to get ahead of Brandon Smith. And DJ, we're going to see what that truck really has right now.
Now
they are fanning. They're all getting back together here.
Yeah, unfortunately for DJ, he's got moved up to the top of the racetrack. That's Elias Bershi in the 51, the Swiss driver trying to make his way in front of the field with a push from Reggie Fogelman in the 55. He started 42nd and last today, and he's making a move for the lead on lap 4. It just goes to show you anybody can run up front and win here, and it doesn't even take him that long to get to the front of the field either.
Oh, absolutely. And if you're a playoff driver, you want to get up here. You want to get a bonus point. This is probably the easiest track in the playoffs to get bonus points at, because everybody's so bunched together. And because, like I said earlier, the revolving door of leaders we have here, you can easily go up there, cycle to the back, and then come right back up and lead another lap.
Yes, but remember, it may be the easiest track to get the 1 lap lead bonus point. It's the hardest track to get the most laps lead bonus point, because it's, like you said, it's such a revolving door here. It's impossible to stay in the lead for too long. As we're looking through the field, everybody's staying calm as they can at Talladega. Fogelman looks like he's going to stay out front for another lap, but this time he's getting pushed by Cal Farrell in the 16 and James Ellison in the 6.
I was watching that 6 truck coming through there, that bright blue truck. Ellison, of course, as we mentioned, he is attempting the triple here, the Nitro, the truck race, and the Cup race. And he's doing really good. He's looking to be the first driver to sweep a weekend. And I would be interested to see if he could do it. He's running really good right now in the 2nd spot. And we're starting to see, they're not really as revolving now as you get along in this run, though. As tires begin to wear off, the fuel load starts to level out. You're going to see more of, less of this 4x4x4 that we saw at the start of this race, and more this, we're starting to single out here at the front of the field, maybe some duck outs here and there. Just starting to calm down a little, which is saying a lot here at Talladega.
Absolutely, and I wanted to bring attention to the guy in the 77 who's directly behind James Ellison. Curtis Stevenson hasn't been on a 1-up machine since 2021. He came back, got the call to drive this 77 truck this week, started 41st, and he is now fighting for a spot in the top 5 with Jeremy Frey. Paul Villalobos, who had such a great run at Michigan, and Aguo Zal, the Superspeedway merchant.
We got a crash
in the back, and it looks like as though we got at least 5 kart trucks involved. Gutierrez involved. AF Walsh involved in this wreck as well. Ahmed in the 13, looks like Clayton Sessoms involved. Brian Grigsby, another one of our playoff contenders.
Francois Chastain was in it.
At least 3 of our playoff drivers involved in this early wreck, as looks like Stevenson's going to lead us to the caution flag.
Man, that was just a stack up. We saw the very end of it, though, with the one sliding to the inside. I'm interested to see what's going to happen here.
Yeah, and Alex Sanvital, that's another one of our playoff drivers, so to make that 4. of our playoff drivers involved in this one accident. We saw this, didn't we, last week at Michigan? We had a massive accident there. Not as big this time, but it involved some of the important players in the fight for the championship, none the least being Angel Gutierrez, who entered today third in the points.
Oh, absolutely. And that's just the lottery of Talladega. You could have a wreck, just one driver in it, or you could have half the playoff grid as we just had in a wreck. And it's just, it didn't look too serious, but we're gonna have to get these trucks back to pit road and see what's gonna happen. And the 92, I think that's the 92, just nuke the engine.
That's David Wells in the 92. He's in the fight for the Owners' Championship, and his engine just detonates under caution. That is going to be the end of his day for sure, and it might be a few others out of the race as well. This is a very dramatic early stage at Talladega, but the good news is everybody's going to come down pit road here, and they will be able to make it the rest of the race from this point.
This is going to be a critical stop as well. As you said, they can make it the rest of the race, but they also, they need to make absolutely sure they pack enough fuel in these trucks. Because these tires, this restart's going to be critical to get up front in case.
Yeah, and Stevenson, actually, I think just got boxed in by the 46 of Janeda. So, tough break for the 77, but he's already down and away while half the field's still trying to make their way into the pits. David Wells, though, you got to feel for him as Kurtis tries to come out. Hopefully he doesn't get a windshield full of oil from his teammate's truck, but it's just an unfortunate circumstance for this 92, considering, like I said, he's racing for the title.
Oh, violence!
As Chastain and Kurtis make contact coming out of the pit lane. I don't think it's going to impact the 22 that much, aside from a loss of track position, but that is a big moment, perhaps, for later on in this race, as Braden Varga also pulls out of the race with an engine failure, and I think Francois Chastain from that crash is also done for the day, as we're going to get you a replay now of what happened to Angel Gutierrez and all the rest. So moving down the back straightaway here, it's Gutierrez alongside Clayton Sessom, and I think they just get pinched, into Alex Sanvital, and it's just a chain reaction from there. Brandon Smith did a good job missing it. A lot of the trucks back here, though, weren't as lucky.
Oh, what a hit in the 72. And the track was clogged. And I did say Talladega was wide, but when about 3 or 4 cars and trucks just get sideways, the whole track gets blocked, and cars are sliding to the inside. We saw Francois get bumped there. He just got shoved it straight to the inside. There's the 43, got in it late. See it again here coming down the back straightaway. The 72 was just, I don't think he really knew that the 92 was there. The 88 was there. Like I said, the track was blocked at that point.
Not much these guys could do, and Gutierrez got hooked there by the 89 of AF Walsh, so that's a tough break. Sessom almost hit the 72 again. But that is at least 4 of our playoff drivers involved in this accident, and that may have serious ramifications for their championship hopes, because this is one of the wild card races of the playoffs. We knew this from the beginning, but it's just a matter of time, though, I feel. And keep in mind as well, the next race we have for these trucks is another wild card at the Springfield Dirt Mile. So a lot can happen there. It's just a matter of keeping as many points in your bank as possible. Having a good day at Talladega will definitely help.
Oh, absolutely. Because, you're having 2 wild cards back to back. You get through one, and everybody else suffers, but then, you might have a hiccup at the other. It's okay, because all the other championship guys, they, had the hiccup in the previous round.
And it balances out.
And it balances out. But looking back through here, not a lot of trucks got that heavy damage. I mean, we have 2 trucks out of the race from that, the 0 Varga, the 1 of Chastain. But overall, that wasn't a really bad wreck compared to what we have seen at Talladega. Look at the spring, past spring, last fall, for examples.
Yeah,
Ellison.
It could have been a lot worse. And James Ellison did come out of the pits with the race lead. So this is going to be interesting to see how he handles this restart. Because he's got he's got a teammate behind him, Paul Villalobos, who had an excellent race at Michigan in both the Turbo Truck and Nitro National Series races, it has to be said. But it's 2 Robbers Racing trucks now out in the lead of this race. We're going to get the 1-to-go signal likely this time. My question becomes, how quickly do they get back to that big pack, and will the 6 be a sitting duck when we get to the restart?
I can answer one question immediately. It'll take them about a lap to get back up and make this big pack. That's how this normally goes at Talladega. But in it, with these new tires, we're going to see just about what we saw at the beginning of this race, 4 wide. And it's going to be wild here at Talladega.
But another question I have, it regards the 72 and a few others at the back of the field. Will they be able to maintain minimum speed once we get back racing? Because if they can't, and there's the lights going out on the pace track, we will be going green next time by. But if they can't keep minimum speed, they will be parked for not meeting that minimum speed, and they'll be out of the race. And that is going to be a big setback to them if that happens. So their goal now is simple. Stay with the lead drafts, get up to minimum speed, and stay there.
Especially for those guys that are in the championship, you do not want to get parked now, especially now, assuming something else happens later and other championship guys get taken out and you can't get any points because you've been parked. We saw that happen at Daytona in the Nitro race. Some guys were about to get parked. I think Nick Breeding was one of them. And we had that massive wreck in the tri-oval, and they got all those spots. So you really don't want to get, I hate to make the bad analogy, but you don't want to get caught with your pants down.
Yeah,
we'll see what these guys can do.
It's a tough situation, but I think their goal now is simple. If they are going to get parked, they got to hope for another big wreck to take out more of the field, and then they can get parked for it. Like you said at that Daytona race, it benefited a few people in that scenario. But we're only about half a lap now from the restart. James Ellison is your leader. Paul Villalobos runs second. Then it's Cal Farrell in third. The 6, the 66, and the 16. Wonder if there's a theme going on there. Jeremy Frey runs in fourth place. Justin Browning fifth. Then it's Archer Shriak in the 99. He runs sixth. Nick Breeding, like you mentioned, he's in that 11 truck, that green and pink one back there, 7-Eleven machine. He is in seventh place. You got Stevenson back there in 8th, Samantha Jade 9th, and Zhao completes the top 10. The pace truck's getting ready to pull off, and we're going to have an interesting restart on our hands, I feel.
Oh, absolutely. You're interested to see what these teammates do. I'm interested to see how long it takes the 66 to pull out on Ellison. Because, he's a rookie. I'm interested to see what he is going to do on this restart. He might pull outside, he might stay behind him, but we'll see as we get back into the restart zone. And Ellison, he's going to keep his teammate.
Yeah.
But Frey goes straight next to the wall. 16, he's going to get blocked in.
And the thing about Ellison is he's not teammates with Villalobos every week. He's not used to racing that truck, as Gutierrez and a few others are already starting to fall off before we've even hit turn 1. I think their days in this race might be numbered. But look at the field. There it is. You've mentioned it. Villalobos ducks to the inside of James Ellison, but he doesn't have any help.
Doesn't have the help.
Yeah, because Cal Farrell jumped up to the outside to help Ellison. But he might get help
Or is he?
He might not even need help, because look at the run he's getting from the inside. Now he's getting help in the form of Justin Browning in the 9.
I wouldn't watch that help, because watch the 9. He's going to go straight around him, or is he going to stay with him? He is going to stay with him. Now you see the 25 back there. He's going to come back. He's going to pick up the 9. Villalobo is going to lead this lap. Ellison side by side with him. And man, like I said, it only took a lap for them to get back to 3 wide racing here at Talladega.
Unbelievable stuff. This is why this is one of the hottest tickets in 1-Up racing. But Villalobos continues to lead. He's got Samantha Jade in second, then Aguo Zhao. Then you pick your pick, honestly, as to who's next up behind. I'd make a case for Henry Brown in that bright pink number 70. He started this race down in 34th, and he's making a move for the top spot, pushing that 98.
Don't look now. I do believe I just saw our points leader, DJ Kurtis, coming up through the field on the bottom. There he is. He is behind 2 cars behind the 55. And 70 truck is going to lead this lap. That's a bonus point for them. Big for them. And here comes the 00.
Cameron Lassard.
Cameron Lassard.
He's a playoff contender.
He is good.
as well. So
he needs this bonus point.
Oh, he absolutely does. But he's got Kyler Sistry pushing. His future is uncertain in that 97. He doesn't have a ride lined up for next season. He's doing everything he can to audition to prospective team owners for a new ride, as Lassard leads him into turn 3. We know he's leaving Roberts Racing to move up to the Nitro National Series next season, but wouldn't he love to get another Turbo Truck Series win, I should say, to go along with the one he picked up at Phoenix earlier this year?
Oh, absolutely. But don't look now. Here comes Reggie Fogelman in that 55, and that's our points leader. DJ Curtis behind him. Fogelman to the inside now. He's going to jump the 00, and Curtis, it looks like he's going to stay with 00. Fogelman is going to get the lead coming out of turn 2. There's the 84.
Yep, Logan Jones in the 84. He started this race down the order as well. So he started 23rd in this race. So there's a lot of shuffling going on. But you look at in the background, the first truck out of the lead draft is the 15 of Brandon Smith, who entered today, tied for the points lead. This is really going to hurt him. And look at Angel Gutierrez, Andrew Lyons, and Brian Grigsby. They are at least about 6 seconds a lap slower, and I think their race might be over in a few laps.
Oh yeah, you lose this draft, you're going to automatically lose at least 6, 7, 8 mile an hour around here, because with damage, especially on nose damage, you are going to struggle. Here comes the 91 truck to the inside.
Justin Whitmer in the 91 with a push from Stevenson going for the lead, and he's yet to get a bonus point today. He's another one of those playoff contenders, and wouldn't he love to get a bonus point to cement himself back in the title fight as we head to Springfield next time out. But now Whitmer has clear track ahead, and he's got a good drafting partner in the 77. But will this 46 pull out? Yes, he will. To the inside of the 77. It's going to put Stevenson on the outside. Now Whitmer comes down to cover off the 46.
Oh yeah, and even now that you have about half the playoff grid in wrecks, damaged trucks, there's probably no way they can get bonus points. If you're a Whitmer, if you're a Curtis, you absolutely want to get more bonus points. You absolutely want to be up here, because that puts a gap between you and the cars that are wrecked. And it looks like here Whitmer is going to get pulled over.
And that's Derek Hamill in the 59 going for the lead. He's trying to lead his first laps of the season at this rate. The 59, of course, 2 top 5s this season at Irwindale and at Bristol. But now he's looking to lead for the first time in his brief one-up career. But here comes Jeremy Frey to the inside. Never mind. Janeda pushes him up to the middle of the racetrack. They're 3 wide with Nick Breeding as Hamill leads him across the line.
And that's absolutely what Hamill wants to see. That's a small team. Hamill has been really down on himself this year.
Yeah, James Ellison's making a run at it on the top of the racetrack, but he's got no help. He's got Janeda and he's got Frey up there. But Egor Zhao, we know he's strong on the super speedways. He loves running these things, and he is now trying to get the lead away, as it looks as though Grigsby and Lyons are going to be parked for
some contact there with the 25.
Yep. Get sorted out though. Everybody's staying calm and running as fast as they can around Talladega. As we come to the halfway lap this time, there is Grigsby pulling out of the race. But look at Henry Brown in the 70, trying to hang on for dear life at the lead of this race. Pulls up to cover off the challenges on the outside. He leads the lap. But here comes Jacob Miller in the 83, a winner already this season at Nashville. And he's got a push from the 66, who's been a contender all day.
Absolutely. And here comes the 97. That's 2 straight. And he is going to move to the middle, it looks like here. And then you have 1 truck moving to the inside.
Josh Gibson in the 5.
Josh Gibson in the 5. Gibson's going to try to make it 3 wide here. 4 wide all around Gibson. 7's pushing him. And there's DJ Curtis again trying to get another lap. And this would be huge, because I think he was the only one right now who would have led 3 laps. And that would get him the bonus point for most laps led as well. And it would be huge. That's another bonus point. Fastest lap at Talladega is anybody's guess, so that's up in the air. But getting the most laps led and a lap led, that's 2 extra points. That's massive in a championship.
Although James Ellison led a bunch under caution, Stevenson did, and I think Villalobos has been up front for a bit. But Kurtis, this is an opportunity for him. Although he gets shuffled to the middle with Cameron Lessard and Jacob Buchholz in that 10 truck. He's another championship contender in that 10 for Crossroads Racing. He's now pushing Lessard out to the lead once again.
Those Crossroad trucks, they've been really quiet today. I think we've seen, now this is the first time we've seen the 10 up here all day long. And now I think now is a good time as ever. We're coming to 18 laps to go, 17 laps to go at the line. We're getting the latter half stages of this race, and you're going to need to position yourself for a run to the finish.
Absolutely, but these guys are not looking to settle down anytime soon. They are still 3 wide in this big pack, with now Kurtis Stevenson back in the lead of the race, and this is a fantastic run. My argument for driving a race right here from that 77, hasn't been on a racing machine for a few years, comes back running really well here today, but he is going to lose the lead as now Ludovic Charette, another Crossroads truck, in the 31. He wants to lead this race, but he's going to face competition because here comes Browning on the inside of a push from Shriak in the 99.
And that 9's going to get the lap. The 99's going to duck here. He's going to put himself in position to take the lead going into turn number 1. Further back, we see more 3 and 4 wide. And we saw that earlier. We saw him going 4 wide in the bottom line. Here we see the run they get. But they're starting to settle out a little. We're getting, instead of a lot of 4 wide, we're getting some more 3 wide. That's what happens when you get further in the run. The tires start wearing out. And the other problem with that is these trucks, they start sliding. The tires get worn, they can't really handle them as well, and that's when these drivers, we saw it earlier late in that run, these drivers start drifting, they start making mistakes, and that's when the wrecks happen. As the 91 is going to try to move down, but that's not going to help. The 99 is going to lead this lap.
I believe that's the first lap Shriak has ever led in his one-up career, so good for him in the 99. And here comes James Ellison in the 6. He's had a strong truck all day.
Oh, absolutely. Ellison's got a spring in his step this way. He's, as I said, he's trying to do the triple. He's going to move to the inside, but he has no help behind him. Everybody else,
yeah, the 84 is trying to get there, and here comes the 83. He's going to give him a little push before coming down in front of the 84. Ellison's going to try and make a move now on the 99 of Shriak. So Ellison's going for the lead, and this has got to help make up for missing the playoffs in the Nitro National Series, because Ellison having a great race in the 6, but even he has to make way for the 84, getting pushed by the 44 on the inside.
Oh, yeah. That's the risk you take. You can try getting up front, and other people have other plans to move to the front, and they're not part of those plans, so they'll move them straight out of the way. We see the 84. That 84 has been running really good, I've noticed.
Yeah, he moved up into the top 30 in owners' points in last week's race at Michigan with a strong top 15 day, and I'd say with a good top 10 here, that would boost him even further up the order. And this is a guy who doesn't have plans for next season. He's got no ride lined up. So another audition perhaps for the 84 driver, but here comes Austin Scott to the inside with a push from Josh Gibson in the 5. They're going to go 3 wide for the lead. Who's going to get it at the stripe? We're coming up on 10 laps to go real soon. Gibson leads the lap, but Villalobos is back in the mix. That's 66. I feel is one of the good trucks here today.
And they just threw Logan Jones to the sidelines in that 84. But don't look now. I'm sure he'll be back soon if we keep cycling this out.
Yeah, 13 laps to go in this race. A lot can still happen because we've got 29 trucks in this league group, any of whom think they have a chance to win this race as we go 4 wide for 4th.
I'm hoping we can make 13 more laps because they are moving down that time on the back straightaway. They were moving all over the place up there, trying to move lanes. Ellison's trying to get back up there. He is stuck in 4 wide. He's got 2 trucks above him and 1 truck below him.
As Buchholz takes the lead. So he's going to get a bonus. Yeah, that's a bonus point for him, and he needs one, considering he entered today, I believe it was 5th in the points.
Oh, that's going to be huge for him. But he got moved. They took him 4 wide. Now the 9's going to get back up here. That 9 truck, I would watch him as well, because he has been up here all day.
Yeah, he's been having a strong day, but here's another guy who, given the circumstances, has had a very strong day as well, and that is DJ Kurtis, and he has been on a roll this season. Only 3 or 4 finishes outside the top 10 this season for DJ Kurtis, and considering this place was the source of his near miss in 2023, came up just a bit short of a win in second place. Wouldn't he love to get a win here at Talladega, as we now have 11 laps of racing between now and the checkered flag?
Oh, absolutely. And he got run over on pit road, and it looked like it was over right then and there, but he and the team, they got their composure back, and we're looking back there at the back of the field. He got his composure back, they got everything put back together, and they are now back up. They're running really good. They go shoot straight to the middle. The 11 is going to go bottom. 55 is going to go with him. And Kurtis gets sent straight to the back.
But I think that might be a good thing for him, because then he can get back to the bottom, try and shuffle his way up to the front for a late charge at the end. But now it's Nick Breeding in the 11, looking for his first Turbo Truck Series win. He's getting a push from Jacob Miller in the 83. Now he makes a move to the inside with a push from Janeda. I tell you what, this 83 is strong, because he watched his two teammates fight for the win last week at Michigan. Wouldn't he love to be the one carrying the Team Duke banner today?
And look who is back. It's James Ellison with one of his own trucks pushing on. I think that's the 31.
That is Charette.
Ellison is making a lot of noise in that Cartoon Network Chevrolet. The 6 is absolutely hammering it. They almost threw 91 onto the apron there. And the 83 is going to come down and block Ellison. I'm sure he's not going to take that.
No, but he's going to need help from his wingman there, Charette, but he can't get there. Charette gets pushed to the high side. Yeah, to the high side. So now Ellison's all by himself trying to push this 83 through the field. We've got under 10 laps of racing to go now, and these guys are wasting no time at all.
Oh, yeah, Ellison just shoved him away from the field. Look at that. They're 4 wide, like 4 or 5 rows deep back here. This is about to become a minefield.
And here comes Ellison again. He's going for the lead on Jacob Miller. He might get a push from Linda Vaughn or Austin Scott. They're going to try and send it off into turn 3 as we
got a crash.
Further back, and it's a big wreck. Him and Lassard, Logan Jones, Frey involved, Hamill involved, a few
Hamill's
others.
in it.
Samantha
25.
Jacob Buchholz in the 10. That is going to bring out caution for the second time today, and that has involved a lot of trucks we thought were going to contend for the win today. And it
DJ Kurtis, I think, was in it.
I think he slowed to sneak through. I don't see any damage on the 22. I think he got very lucky there.
See there on the replay, but man, we caught the very beginning of that. That's a real shame for a lot of those guys. I think Breeding might have spun in that. The 84, horrible run for
and that's more of our
Logan
playoff
Jones.
Drivers involved in accidents. That's Buchholz, that's Lassard. And it does good for these guys back here. It catches them back up to the rest of the field. It looks like we got a bit of a stack up here under caution as everybody tries to sort out what position they're supposed to be in. So we're going to sort it out. We're going to get you a replays, of course, of what happened to put us under caution for the second time in this race. But oh my goodness, we have had a big shakeup because we only have 8 laps to go in this race. The question now becomes, how many laps will we have when we restart? It's just a mess here at Talladega, I tell you that much, because we're struggling to comprehend it as much as you are. We're going to get your replays in a moment, but I tell you, we're going to have a lot to sort through here as we get you those replays, I think, any minute now, as the field starts to pull in to the pit lane. Probably some of them to retire from the race. Villalobos is coming in. He was having a really good day in the 66. Something must have happened to him. It goes out. Curtis Stevenson was having a strong run. A lot of good trucks.
A lot of these guys were. Absolutely. 77 was up there. There's Jeremy Frey. He was up there early on. He's in it.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to be able to stay in. Stevenson's coming back out, minus a hood, so we'll see if he can salvage some points for that 77 team. We're going to get you a replay of what happened to all these trucks in a moment, but my goodness, what a big accident to get ourselves involved in. And there's Derek Hamill pulling out of the race as well. Tough break for the Great Lakes Motorsports team.
So we'll see what happened here. So we're looking at Hamill. He's in the back of the field.
But I think it's the teammates that collide, Breeding and Buchholz.
Oh, no. That's not good at all. And what a hit by Logan Jones.
And Kurtis snuck through it. I was right. Kurtis did a fantastic job slowing down, sneaking his way through to Carnage, and then Hamill tags the 97 again. We're going to need a few more looks at this to dissect absolutely what happened here to eliminate so many good trucks from contention here at Talladega so late in the race.
There's another look at it, looking at from turn 3. It's just
It's
another instance where they drifted up.
Yeah, same thing
Exactly
with the first
right.
accident.
Oh!
Yeah, big hit for Holes. No wonder he's out of the race as a result of this.
Logan, I'm worried about Logan Jones. He drove away, but man, that was a hard hit. 97. Hamill probably couldn't see. He got into the 97. That's Samantha J that's beached in the apron of turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, that's a really unfortunate break. But look at Brandon Smith and Elias Bershey get through that. Those guys were running like 15 seconds off the pace. And now they're going to be brought right back into the mix on this late race restart. So this is what Cameron Lassard, his view of this. Oh, Hamill came down into him, gets turned down, up into the racetrack. Tough circumstances for Cameron Lassard. He was having a really good day. A lot of these guys were. And now they're going to be faced with torn up race trucks and broken dreams at Talladega. But so it goes at the biggest oval we go to. And we're going to get set up for a restart here. In the late stages, James Ellison is leading the race. You got Yojan Stoyan. We haven't talked about him all day, but he's now in the second position looking to strike late for his first win. Austin Scott runs third. Henry Brown, Josh Gibson. Those guys are all looking for their first wins. So at this rate, our record of having a different winner in every truck race this season, that could very well continue here. And including Ellison, he hasn't won yet this season in a truck either.
Oh, absolutely. And Talladega makes dreams happen. I've seen it happen. Bolton won his first race, and on the one on the Cup side, we've had so many first-time winners here. It would not shock me at all if any of these young drivers they're able to pull it through and get their first career wins here, and it'd be huge for all of them. Make a name for themselves here.
Yeah, the question for James Ellison becomes: Can he get that sixth truck, its fourth win of the season, with its fourth different driver? Because J.D. Martin's won in that truck, Jake McMillan's won in that truck, and so has Joshua Michaels. Can James Ellison become the fourth different driver to win a race in that sixth machine? We're going to find out, because I think the lights are going to go out in the pace car probably this time by.
I was like, I need to get a hold of that sixth truck. See if I can win it.
It's just a matter of time, I feel, before we get to the restart, and because this has been a very good race, all things considered, despite all the accidents we've had, and we're gonna have probably a 4-lap shootout to decide this race. I would not leave this. This is a great race. I would not leave if I were these fans.
Oh, I wouldn't. These stands are full. These fans are excited. Truck racing at Talladega always is top of the ticket for this series, and it's easy to see why 3-4 wide racing all the way through the field. You know, your massive wrecks is a draw for every kind of motorsports fan here, and that's why Talladega is such a popular track.
And we got the lights out on the pace truck. 1 lap left until the restart, which will come with 4 laps to go. And James Ellison, let's see if he can hang on for a big win here at Talladega. But then you have the 4 guys behind him all looking for their first career wins. Jacob Miller's won this season. He got it at Nashville. Cal Farrell's looking for his first win, though, in 7th place. Linda Vaughn in 8th. Actually, now that I'm looking at the top 10, we got 8 of the top 10 right now are looking for their first career wins. The only ones that are not are James Ellison and Jacob Miller. And even then, Miller would be getting his second and Ellison his third. So these guys, they are in a great position here. And one thing I do want to keep an eye on at this restart, you said it, Brandon Smith made it through that accident relatively unscathed, and now he is only 2 places behind DJ Kurtis on the racetrack. You can see him right there.
Oh yeah, and in terms of points, of course Kurtis has a bonus point for leading laps, so that's another bonus point for Kurtis. So that's 3 points separating these two right now. And I would be interested to see how they're going to race. I'm going to assume that Smith is going to try to jump on the 0-0, get another point, get it between 2 points, and try to get to DJ Curtis. But we're going to see what Curtis can do. It all depends on whether or not they're able to run with the lead pack here. As the pace truck is starting to dip, he's going to leave the field in the hands of James Ellison and the Cartoon Network Chevrolet.
And we're going to find out, aren't we? Because while Ellison leads the race, the championship fight between Smith and Curtis is going to be down to every single point here. And they're making their way for the tri-oval now. We're coming to the restart zone. James Ellison going to try and hang on for his 3rd career truck win. Green flag's out. Looks like Stoyan and Brown jump immediately to the top of the track, trying to get as much breathing space as they can.
God, if I wouldn't have done that if I were the 7. I would have stayed right in line and jumped on Ellison on the back straight, because now he's going to go straight to the back. The 27 is going to pull up on the tailgate. James Ellison right here. This is the 83 again. Such a strong, look at that. He dives to the inside. The 27 has to block.
Yeah, Scott did a good thing. He blocked the advance of the 83. Now Scott he's full-time in the Nitro National Series, but he's looking for his first truck win as well, and he is getting pushed by Jacob Miller in the 83. Meanwhile, further back, DJ Curtis doing everything he can to distance himself from Brandon Smith. They're running nose to tail at the moment as Miller goes to the inside with a push from Josh Gibson and Romashko in the 44. 3 laps of racing to go to settle it at Talladega.
Oh, this is as good as it's going to get. The 44 goes to the inside. I think he's got the 91 with him. Here they come. They're 3 wide. They're fanning out 3 wide here. Ellison is on the top. He's got the 7. This is absolutely not what he wanted to see. As we see Curtis, he caught with the pack, but also Smith. Smith is barely holding on. This is absolutely...
Well, look at this. He's getting a huge run down the back straightaway. He might even get a run on the 16 of Cal Farrell, but Farrell tries to block him. Coming to 2 laps to go. Both our championship protagonists are in the lead pack. Smith, he hung out at the back all day long, and this is what it's rewarded him with, a spot in the lead dance as we come to 2 laps of racing to go.
Here comes the 3 car, their pole sitter, Audrey Anzac, to the inside. Got a teammate. That's James. It's a 31. That's one of Ellison's cars, sorry.
Yeah, no, we got a huge battle for the win and for the championship. Because look, Brandon Smith passing DJ Curtis on the inside.
And he is gapping. He's putting positions between him and Curtis. He has got
Curtis
to
needs
run
to duck,
for his life.
Yeah, Curtis needs to duck in behind the 15 and just follow him through. Maybe make a pass on the final lap. I think that's what he's going to try and do. But now, Audrey Anzac getting a little bit out of shape. Ludovic Charette trying to make a move for his first win in the Truck Series. All behind Jacob Miller. And Ali Ahmed just came out of the pits. He might play a factor as we come to the white flag.
Oh, I absolutely hope not. But as they come, they're fanning out once again. White flag is out. 1 lap to go at Talladega. The 83 has got about 2 car lengths on the field.
But be careful, you don't want to get too big a lead at Talladega because the field will just draft up right behind you. The good news for Miller is he's got a teammate back there and Audrey Anzac to help. Down the backstretch they go.
It's all out the window now. It's all out the window now. It's a win at Talladega. It's every man for himself.
And there's Curtis pulling out on Smith. And there's Shriak in the 99. He's going to try and make a move.
Where did DJ Curtis come from?
And Brandon Smith, they're side by side for the race and the championship. But Shriak is going to try and make a last-ditch effort on Jacob Miller. They're going to try and catch the 13. I don't think they're going to get him in time. So coming through the tri-oval for the final time, Shriak's going to have one last chance. He doesn't quite get there. And for the first time this season, we'll have a repeat winner, and it's Jacob Miller in the 83.
Attaboy to Jacob Miller. That was one heck of a run. He had to block the 99. DJ Curtis extends his point lead on Brandon Smith. He got Smith all the way bent out of shape, come to the white. And that is massive for the points.
Yeah, and Archer Shriak, though, you got to give him credit. He gave a last-ditch effort, and it was a great one at that. He gets his career best result in second. DJ Curtis backs up his second place last year with a third here. That extends his points lead, like you said. Stoyan fourth, Brown fifth, both of which I believe are career best efforts for them. Audrey Anzac fell back to sixth. James Ellison had a very up-and-down day, but he comes home seventh. A great day for that 6 truck in their fight for the Owners' Championship. Brandon Smith, That's my drive of the race right there. He hung out at the back
Oh,
all
yeah.
day, wasn't by choice, got that lucky caution, caught back up, and he's rewarded with an 8th place finish. Charette and Farrell complete the top 10 as DJ Curtis. It was an incredible comeback from both Curtis and Smith. This points race is still up for grabs as we head to Springfield next week.
Oh man, I've never seen everybody through everything they had at the last possible minute on that white flag. You had Curtis, you had Smith, you had Ellison showing up out of nowhere. I thought he was out of it coming to 2 to go, and he threw it in there. Everybody was running after that 83. Jason Miller came out victorious in the 83 truck.
Absolutely. Well, Talladega never disappoints, and it sure didn't today. Fantastic race all around. And with that, from Lane Sanders and from myself as well, we say goodbye from the Talladega Superspeedway. We'll see you again here next year for another exciting race, I'm sure. Next time the trucks hit the track, it'll be a whole different set of challenges. The dirt track at the Springfield Mile. It's going to be a fantastic race. We're going to see 3-wide racing there as well on a much tighter racetrack. So looking forward to seeing what these guys can do there. Until then, so long from Talladega. Congratulations to Jacob Miller, though, our first 2-time winner in the truck season so far.